a very long time, we see the combination of blue and green in one venue, and let me tell you, it hasn't looked any better. This is the Phil Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup, coming to you live from the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City at 2 o'clock. The Blue Eaglets against the LaSalle Greenies, and at 4 o'clock, you saw it in the graphics, it's confirmed. The Ateneo Blue Eagles will go up against the LaSalle Green Archers. Hello everybody, Eric Tepano with Luigi Filio. And let me tell you, this first match is a rarity because this is the only juniors match we will ever have in the Phil Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup. Other than that, we all have seniors, and a lot of you viewers must have recognized already, or at least know the roster of Ateneo. But Luigi, let's give them a recap for those who are not familiar.
Well, you know, it's getting hot in here. Behind me is a sea of blue. In front of me is a sea of green. Slowly but surely, people are flocking inside there. You know, you said it's a rarity. Yes, indeed. It's been a while since LaSalle Green Hills has played Ateneo, the Eaglets. And I think the last time these two teams met was 1978. And, you know, I'm from Zobel. It's always been Zobel, LaSalle Zobel versus the Eaglets the past few years in the UAP. But now, in rarity, they get to play each other and try to prove that can they get one against this Eaglets team who just won the championship in the juniors.
Now let's show you the lineup of the Ateneo Blue Eaglets, the same guys that took home the UAP Cup in season 69.
Well, you see the roster, this is full, and you know, you've got Gamboa there, who is a mythical guard. Obviously, Coach Leo, Austria's son, is also doing well. But this team that Coach Jamaica Rin has, he's really molded it into a running team. I saw a lot of guys at the start of the season, they were a bit big. He's got them lean, he's got them going. And you know, it's a great basketball program that they have out there. Year in and year out, they are always a threat to win the championship in the juniors.
Now, fresh faces you will see today are the players of the De La Salle Green Hills Greenies. And let's take our viewers through the roster.
You know, I see Muski. I'm wondering if he's related to Sir Peter Muski of ABS-CBN. But you see familiar names out there. You've got Yao, you've got Liwag. So, you know, it's still a tradition here that I'm sure these kids here were sent by their fathers to play also for LaSalle. And it's going to be an interesting one.
Let's send you to the Parker for the starting five of the Greenies and the Eaglets.
Sports Arena in Pasig City for the second Ateneo LaSalle matchup, this time in the junior division. Let's meet the starters for the Ateneo Blue Eaglets. At guard number 16, EJ Valera. Guard number 18, Magic Thompson. Center number 17, Frank Golia. Forward number 20, Arnelli Arportadena. And at forward number 12, J.P. Duplique. Head coach of the Blue Eaglets, Jamaica Harin. And now starting for LaSalle Green Hills. At guard number 5, Joel Giao. Guard number 14, Ralph Liwag. Center number 15, Ferdy Ferdinand. At forward number 16, Jeff Villanueva. And at forward number 7, Arjun Bienvenida. Head coach of the South Green Hills, Alfredo Amador. The officials of this ball game, Nestor Sombrano, Mark Garcia.
It's Coach Amador on your screen. You know, one time he coached for FEU, and he had great players there. He had Johnny Abarrientos, if I'm not mistaken, he won a championship. Now coaching for LaSalle Green Hills, Eric.
A lot of new names in the lineup of Jamaica Harin.
Well, you can see Liwag and Giao, the starting backcourt of LaSalle Green Hills. We know Coach Yang Giao played for the Greenies, and Liwag, a lot of Liwags. Actually, my dad coached a lot of Liwags for LaSalle. If I'm not mistaken, there were 3 to 4 of them. Gabi, Boy, Bong, Wancho. I wonder whose son this is.
I'll try to get a report from just a bit Mickey Dallas, of course, and Leah Cruz will be our courtside reporters for this juniors match in the Phil Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup.
You see the full court pressure, Eric, right away by Ateneo.
Both teams missing on their first attempts. The Greenies also empty on this trip.
expect both teams to go up and down, up and down. It's really different atmosphere when it's an Ateneo LaSalle game.
Now,
You don't know. You don't know who's going to win. Even if one team is seeded, the other team just gets ganado to play the other.
we were talking earlier before the game about the contrasts of this team. Ateneo Blue Eaglets, the UAAP Season 69 champion. The Greenies, on the other hand, De La Salle Greenhouse Greenies, did not even make it to the Final Four in the NCAA. But, you know, very interesting to see when these two teams come together. Nawawala yung stats.
I'm from LaSalle Zobel. 2 years ago, LaSalle Zobel won the championship. It would have been interesting to see the Zobel team against the reigning UAAP champions, but the Greenies will obviously try to make us LaSallites proud.
Defend the honor of
LaSalle.
That's going to be a tough task for them. Let's send it over first to Leah Cruz for a report.
Thank you, Eric. Okay, this is actually the exact same team that just bagged the top spot in the UA Juniors tournament. But of course, we are seeing a whole different batch of starters here on the floor. This is, of course, because the coaching staff wants to practice here the whole batch of starters that will be starting in future seasons of different tournaments. Now the boys are still going for the championship win. The mood in the dugout is very light, upbeat, and cheerful. The team and coaching staff are like joking around, and head coach Jamaica even said that they are just here to have fun, so they should enjoy this Ateneo LaSalle moment. However, they still must play hard, of course. LaSalle will have prepared for this game, so expect the Eaglets to give it everything they've got. Back to you, Eric.
Thanks, Leah. That was very interesting looking at the starting lineup. None of the big guns of the Eaglets were put on the floor, talking about Gamboa and Paco and Austria.
He's giving a chance to these other guys to play, and he wants to test the mettle of the Greenies team.
Greenies struggling at the beginning of the game. First blood drawn by the Eaglets. They will still have possession with 17 to go on the shot clock. Goya underneath the basket. Misses because of good defense put up there by Ferdinand, who we will find out some details about a little later on with Mickey. Now, Coach, what do you think is the good thing going for the Greenies today against a champion team like the Eaglets?
Well, you know, they have nothing to lose. If you think about it, Ateneo is expected to win in this game. And, you know, they may play tight. But like I said, in an Ateneo LaSalle game, you don't know who's going to win. Even the underdog, a lot of times the underdog will win. Throw all the talent away. Who wants it more when there's a rivalry at stake?
Now let's see if the Greenies can come up with a field goal. So far, they have struggled
Follow number 17, Frank Golia.
at the beginning of this game. Let's send it over now to Mickey Delas for a report.
Be it a women's, juniors, or seniors game, so long as the green goes against the blue, well, everything goes beyond skill. Everything goes beyond the game. LaSalle versus Ateneo is always a game of pride. For this particular game, pride runs deep, as Coach Amador explained that after losing to the Eaglets in the 2006 Phil Oil Summer League by just 2 points, the boys from Green Hills are anxious to get a win. Pride is also passed on from generation to generation, as 2 of the Greenies, Ralph Liwag and Martin Reyes, are sons of former Green Hills basketball players in the 70s. A friendly rivalry this may be, Eric, but it is a rivalry that runs very, very deep. Eric?
Thanks, Mickey.
I don't know if we can say it's friendly.
So
I know
far,
what they say, no?
I don't see any smiles out there on the court.
They say nowadays, the fiercest of rivals, but the best of friends.
They all got their game faces on. Dumrike finds an opening. Can't get it to fall. Joson fights hard for the offensive board. Goya on the second attempt. That is sent out, and it is Greenies' ball.
Still no score for LaSalle. 4-zip.
The press that has been frequently employed by Ateneo all throughout this year. From the corner, finally the first field goal of the Greenies is in the books.
Big shot by Giao to maybe start things for LaSalle.
Both teams have only made one field goal each. The other 2 points of the Eaglets have come by the free throw line. Underneath the basket, nothing. Eaglets have been strong on the offensive board so far in this game. Bienvenida throws it up. Here comes Dumbrique, 2-on-2 against Giao. Passes, and that is last touched by Goya.
Wow, did you see the way Ferdinand came up and changed the shot of the Ateneo player? Ferdinand guy is big for LaSalle. Number 15 man. He's about 6'4". And you know, when you think about it, it's a platoon substitution by the Eaglets.
Finally putting in most of the starters that they used in the UAAP season 69. You see Baconos there in there, Gonzaga is in there, and Gamboa as well. Also the shooters, Balmaceda and Rivera on the floor for the Eaglets.
These are the guys that when we covered that championship. That's why I was surprised to see that it was the second group starting.
The defense of the Greenies must understand and must know the threat that this lineup now of Ateneo poses. Austria. Good ball movement by Ateneo, but they lose the leather, and here comes the Greens. Liwag bounce pass to Ferdinand, who could not handle the pass. It's a 4-on-1 here for Ateneo. Gamboa connects.
Very unselfish of Rivera. You know, the nice thing about Ateneo is they push that ball, Eric, up the floor. 1, 2, 3 passes.
Empty transition defense by the Greenies on that sequence. Crespo hands it over. Liwag. 7 to shoot for the Greenies. Reyes spinning wildly, and Austria controlling the rebound.
Comes at a tempo game. Run, run, run.
Austria travels. Got a little too excited after getting the pass from Balmaceda there. Wanted to hand off to Gonzaga in the last second. But nevertheless, you see the transition offense of Ateneo working wonders again. And they have the lead 6-3 at the 5:13 mark of the first quarter. The Greenies have struggled at the beginning of this game. Maybe pre-game jitters, like what you were talking about when you were playing, Coach Luigi.
It's really different.
If they settle down.
I'll tell you, the intensity you have,
Especially when you go
playing against a rival.
Ateneo, that's right.
Once you're inside, you start to settle down already.
And look at Austria getting acquainted with Reyes on the post. Commits his first personal foul.
You know, I like this Austria. He's committed a couple of turnovers in this game, but he's like his dad, Leo Austria. He makes good decisions. He's a bit big. If he plans to play in college, he may have to lose a bit of weight, but the decision-making of Austria is right up there with the best.
From the corner, Liwag connects.
Just like his uncles and maybe his dad. The Liwags, like I said, played for LaSalle Greenwood, and then they played for LaSalle Taft in the NCAA during the 70s.
Don't look now, we're tied at 6, courtesy of 2 threes made by the Greenies.
That's what I'm saying. Throw all the talent away. Throw the wins and losses away. When you have an Ateneo LaSalle, it changes.
Second personal foul on Austria. That could spell early trouble for Jamait Karin and could put Austria back on the bench, because the Eaglets will definitely need him down the stretch in this match. Ball taken away. Here comes Rivera and the Eaglets. Cross-court pass. Balmaceda to Gonzaga, who has yet to score in this game. Too strong. Good boxing out by the Greenies. But unfortunately, it seems that a foul is called on Yulo. Too aggressive.
It did seem like a foul. He tried to box out Austria, but maybe got caught with his hand holding on.
But Austria lucky on that break as well, because that could have been his third personal foul had, had the call gone the other way.
You know, it's also hard for starters who normally start the game to come off the bench And it was a platoon substitution. Probably Coach Jamai trying to give confidence to his other players. Ito si Coach Jamai, fresh off a stint. I know he just arrived from the States. And he was in Atlanta, and he was able to enter an NBA practice session. And did a lot of work there. Obviously part vacation, but also part work in those coaching camps.
See if he can bring some of that experience onto the playing court, courtesy of the boys that he has on the floor. Now, looking good on the offensive boards is the Greenies on the second attempt. What a play for Reyes.
Reyes working hard. He's having a problem with this 1-2 zone of Coach Amador.
Now, the Greenies have the lead for the first time in this game, 8-7. Gamboa, wild
Nice
pass.
pass.
Austria, too strong. And there is Gonzaga, who is known to be hard on the offensive boards. Will make his first trip to the free throw line.
You know, against the 1-2 zone, you like to move the ball and attack the gaps. And here you'll see. So this is the earlier shot by Reyes.
His own miss.
Tenacity paying off. But what I was mentioning about the zone, when for 1-2 zone, what Ateneo does well is they move the ball from side to side. And then they attack the gap. And here like that, you'll see the drop pass from attacking the gap. And the offensive rebound. But because of that attacking the gaps and moving it from side to side, you make the zone work.
Ateneo has been miserable from the free throw line so far in this game. 3 misses already for the Eaglets. Sia, stop and pop, nothing. Reyes again on the offensive board. Second consecutive putback by Reyes. He has 4.
What did he eat today?
Dulot tapping that ball out of bounds. Substitution here by Jamai Karin will send Katipunan to the floor, replacing Rivera when we come back after this timeout. 10-7, a 3-point lead now for the De La Salle Green Hills Greenies over the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eaglets. 2:47 left in the first. Back in a moment. Welcome back to live action, where you just missed a beautiful sidestep by Liwag earlier. Ateneo, empty trips consecutively. Mike Gamboa trying to force the issue here and getting the blocking foul on the Greenies.
Can you believe this? 12-7. La Salle is up. And they just seem like they're energetic and they want to prove themselves today.
After not making it to the Final Four in the NCAA 72nd season? Oh, the was it 70th season? Anyway, in the
We're not that old.
recently concluded NCAA season, the De La Salle Green Hills Greenies did not even make the cut to the Final Four. But here, they are proving themselves worthy to be on the floor versus the champions of the European season.
Well, they're showing them a thing or two. They're doing a good job of breaking their pressure defense.
Press getting tighter now, but broken easily by the Greenies. Yudo. Sia, who will set things up. 12 seconds to shoot for the Greenies. High pick there by De La Paz. And he gets the pass. What an awesome play.
14-9.
First field goal for De La Paz.
La Salle very organized, breaking the trap, not challenging the defense, and making the extra pass. Very unselfish.
Gonzaga finding the open hole, threading the needle, and getting his first field goal of the game.
Alam mo, with his size, he can do it.
The trap on Yulo gets it off to Liwag. The fadeaway, no, but De La Paz gets the offensive board, and there is a foul in the play. You gotta be impressed with these Greenies, because they're really making a good stand versus Ateneo here.
So it's unselfish play and extra passing like that. How can you go wrong? I'm sure Coach Amador very happy, very proud of his players so far, but still a long way to go. De La Paz. Possession arrow points to LaSalle. No, I'm sorry.
Ateneo.
That's Ateneo.
As Enriquez and De La Paz got tangled, and the amateurs, the deck ball situations, when handball situations are decided by the possession arrow. That's really good. Score 14-11. Ateneo led only once in this game by 4-0, and after that it was all greenies. Liwag on the floor, getting the ball to Reyes safely, and they bring it down. Sia signaling the play. Under 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Sia spinning around, dishing. Reyes, yes!
Oh, Reyes has really been solid, getting those offensive boards, making himself in the right situation to get those assist passes.
He's got tips, no? Katipunan, too strong. Good control of the defensive boards for the Greenies. They will take the last shot here. 11, it says on the game and shot clock. Behind the back, Sia. Could have been beautiful, but Enriquez was there to bother the shot. Gamboa, the pass. Katipunan can't get it to fall in the last second.
Almost, but not quite.
What a wild first quarter of juniors action we have here in the Phil Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational. The Greenies, very impressive.
Very impressive, and they only held Ateneo to 11 points in the first quarter. Talk about defense, Eric.
And it's been Reyes handling things for the Greenies. He has 6, and they have the 5-point lead, 16-11 at the end of the first. Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena, and according to reports we got earlier, tickets to the games today have all been sold out already.
Imagine later when that senior game starts, this Phil Sports Arena is going to be full to the rafters.
Sia, the dish. Very active are the big men of the Greenies. Reyes has been hovering about 5 feet from the ring, and that has paid off for him.
But Coach Amador, I like what he's done today. There's a lot of confidence with the body language of the LaSalle players. The execution has been just above par. And you can see with the way they're playing against this Ateneo team, they're not afraid. They're not afraid to play this junior champion team.
7 points now for Reyes. Gamboa running. This is the game of Ateneo, and he beats all of the Greenies despite being outnumbered 1 against 3.
Nice the defense that time.
Liwag, fronted by Dumrique, gives it up to Sia. He's against one of the premier point guards of the UAAP Juniors team, and he shows you why. Enriquez, that bounces off him. Good play there by Liwag to save the ball for the Greenies.
Heady play by Liwag going out of bounds and bouncing it off that big man, but this was a play earlier, partner.
The 1 against 3 by Gamboa, brought to you by Flying V. Boy, did he fly there.
He's stocky, no? But he knows how to control his body. And that time he stepped on the brakes, made those two guys sort of go by him.
What a play by Gamboa, who scores his 6th point of the game. Incidentally, that's just his first field goal. All of his points have come from the free throw line so far. Or rather, let me correct myself. That was Gamboa's 2nd field goal. Musni. That's an air ball. But Ferdinand, good work on the offensive boards, powers his way inside. Too strong off the glass, gets it back. Ball did not hit the ring, so the shot clock was still on its way down. Fortunately for them, they got the call on the foul by Ateneo. Let's send it over now to Mickey.
You know, it is always interesting to cover games for the very first time because you learn something new all the time. Now, Eric and Coach Luigi, how many people do you know with just one name? Well, a greenie who stands out for his height and his name is Ferdinand. It's not Ferdy Ferdinand, it's just Ferdinand. Now, this greenie from Indonesia told me that he does not have a surname. In fact, Ferdinand is all that is written on his passport and birth certificate. Now, on the game, Coach Amador wants to see patience. The boys admit that they came into this game pretty excited, so it is crucial for them to direct all this energy into something beneficial to the team. For one, he'd like to see his boys play tougher defense on the Eaglets, contesting their shots and covering all passing lanes. Eric?
Thanks, Mickey. Good report. Ferdinand, one-name player.
Great report by Mick. This is the kid that they were telling me that was out of Indonesia, had some skills. Like we were talking about it in the pregame. He's big, he's 6'5". And you can see he can develop. Hopefully make the LaSalle team later on, or any of those other collegiate teams.
Number 15, Ferdinand, so far has yet to put up a basket in this game. Goya comes in to replace Enriquez, who steps out of the ball game with no field goals yet. Sia lobs it over. Ferdinand, a little too slow on his feet. That much is noticeable this early in the game. Let's see if he can speed things up later and handle the passes on the post.
That's good. Mike Karin on your screens. I'm sure he's not happy with the way Eaglets are playing, but you know, he's settled down and you can see a sense of calm in him. Trying to get his jam to regroup.
Enrique, cross-court pass to Rivera. Eagles, or the Eaglets, outside shooting has abandoned them so far, but their defense has been there and has kept them in the game. Rivera, the bounce pass, Katipunan, what a play!
Wow. Fast break. I thought the ball was going to go out of bounds. Rivera finding Katipunan. What a fake. Got those two guys up in the air. Here you'll see part of this fast break. And I thought the ball was going to go out.
Bounce pass to Balmaceda. It is. He gets fouled and will shoot free throws. Balmaceda has a field goal early in the first quarter. 7:34 remaining in the first half. 3 points now for Balmaceda. Three-point play. Another steal by the Eaglets. Rivera for three. Yes.
Wow, that's a 6-point swing right there. Back-to-back turnovers by the LaSalle Greenies. And the Blue Eaglets capitalizing. This is where they get their spirit and their spunk. They're just trapping, Eric.
And off the turnovers of their opponents. Naganas, no, and Balmaceda quickly for the rebound. Rivera, they've got a 4-on-3 going here. Good transition defense by the Greenies. Getting together just in time to prevent another transition offense by Ateneo. Golia underneath the basket, easy too.
Ateneo moving that ball with precision, not holding to it long.
No numbers there. Musni, poor decision, going straight to the basket with two white shirts in front of him.
8-0 glass here by Ateneo.
And Dumrigue connects from the outside.
Oh, make that 11-0 glass. And just like that, it's a 7-point lead.
And Coach Amador calls a timeout. His team and his lead dissipated in a matter of seconds, 24-17, with 6:26 remaining in the first half. Back with more in a bit. Back here at the Bill Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup brings back a lot of memories of the UAAP with all the drums going on and school spirit coming alive. But what's important here is, especially for the Ateneo fans, Ateneo has taken the lead back 24-17 courtesy of an 11-0 run.
Well, you know, they worked on their defense, they worked on their teamwork, and just like that, from a 17-13 deficit, they're up now 24-17. Coach Amador needed a timeout earlier.
Liwag is back in the ball game. Backcourt problems are now surfacing for the Greenies as they have not been able to really orchestrate a good play. Just a couple of passes into a possession, they put up a shot. Golia losing the ball, and Reyes with a good play there to give the Greenies another possession.
That's the nice thing about a game that runs and up tempos. You're always in the game. You may be down by 8, you may be down by 10, but you give yourself a chance because of that aggressive defense and that run out.
Now let's hear from Dia.
Thank you, Eric. Now, I heard you and Coach Luigi mention earlier that you didn't think that Coach Jamaica was very happy with the way that his boys played in the first quarter. Well, you were partly right, but he was much calmer than usual, and his game plan was to take things off the second quarter after giving them the first quarter to warm up, so to speak. Now, the Eagles have got to calm down even more, focus, and play some more basketball. Coach Jamaica told his boys that even though they haven't played in a while, they've got to focus, settle down, and play the kind of game that won them the UAAP championship. Back to you, Eric.
Thanks, Leah. It seems that they have gotten their groove back.
Definitely. You notice they're controlling tempo in this second quarter.
Despite the Balmaceda miss, he put up that shot after several passes, but Reyes is the only one keeping the Greenies afloat in this game. Now with 9 points is Reyes and a foul to boot.
He got almost half the score of LaSalle, but check out the nice assist by Liwag breaking down the defense. You know, the Greenies needed that basket. It's the first time they've made one since that 11-0 berth for the Blue Eaglets.
Leading all scorers in this game is Reyes now with 10 points and 6 rebounds. Rivera, Dumbrigue almost losing the ball to the sideline. Gives it back to Rivera, 12 to shoot for Ateneo. Dumbrigue blocked. Good defense by the Greenies.
Ferdinand, just a man amongst boys inside. He's the only real tall boy in the game. It's nice to also have a big man like that when you're using a zone defense, because if the offensive player gets past that defensive player, you've always got Ferdinand in the middle.
Now Liwag will shoot free throws. Ateneo is in the penalty with 5 team fouls, just 2 team fouls for the De La Salle Green Hills Greenies.
Liwag very gutsy playmaker.
Liwag on his first trip to the free throw line gets his first 6 points for him now, along with 2 rebounds. Make that 7 points and 2 rebounds for Ralph Liwag, standing 5'8", or listed at 5'8". It's a 2-point lead now for the Ateneo Blue Eaglets versus the De La Salle Green Hills Greenies. Balmaceda. Here's Katipunan getting fouled by Bienvenida.
Number 7, Archie Bienvenida, his first 3 on LaSalle Green Hills.
3 team fouls now for the Greenies. 2-point cushion the white shirts have so far. 4:15 remaining in the first half. Rivera, they're taking a lot of time setting this play up, man. That costs them.
Coach Amador standing up. You know, when his team was down, he sat down, tried to keep his cool. On the other end, the Coach Jamaica starting to boil, telling his players, "Hey, shoot! The clock's winding down. Shoot it."
I don't think Coach Jamaica will be able to control himself. It's just not his personality to sit back and relax in every Blue Eaglets game. At one point, you're going to see him screaming his head off, but of course, that's how he motivates his boys, and that works for the Blue Eaglets.
Now it's an 8-0 blast by LaSalle, and they have taken back the lead.
24-25, a 1-point deficit for the Eaglets. Bienvenida will try to add to the lead. He does so.
Wow, huge back-to-back threes. Bienvenida getting hot. And the gallery behind me, Eric. Darlington's here.
Balmaceda moving around, and a useless foul given up by Piao there on a dribbling Balmaceda. Look at the back-to-back threes here by Bienvenida. 6 points all in the second quarter for Eugene Bienvenida, listed at 5'9", and plays number 2 position, or the shooting guard position for the Greenies. There, you look at the celebration of the crowd you were describing. Coach Balmaceda all alone for 3. In and out. Bienvenida the rebound. Under 3 minutes remaining. Pass too long for the one-named Indonesian Ferdinand.
Out Ateneo Blue Eagles.
And Jumai Karim calls another timeout. 2:54 left in the first half. And it's a 4-point lead for the De La Salle Greenies. 28-24 over the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles. This is the Pin Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup. Back in a moment. The De La Salle Greenies have grabbed the lead back again after being down by as much as 7, 24-17 back early in the second quarter. They have a 4-point lead, 28-24, courtesy of Bienvenida, who misses that, but oh! The slam by Ferdinand gets the De La Salle crowd going here at the Ultra.
Wow. Wow. The kid has hops.
And you thought he was slow and flat-footed. Woe to you, as Katipunan puts it up, and the Greenies are coming alive here on the defensive boards. Even Liwag getting it, and last touch by Reyes. It's a turnover for the Greenies. Take a look at this slam dunk. He just goes straight up. Ferdinand, that slam dunk brought to you by Flying V.
He didn't even take a step. He got the rebound and went straight up.
No
That is
fakes,
hard.
no nothing. And all of a sudden, back-to-back empty trips for Ateneo. Reyes. Nowhere to go. That's an offensive foul on Martin Reyes.
I don't know about that, huh?
Offensive foul.
The guy didn't establish his position. You have to give him one step in. Let's see this. He's running with him. And Ferdinand kind of lost the ball.
That's Reyes.
I'm sorry, Reyes kind of lost the ball. But that ball will stay.
You're right.
Because normally you need to give the guy a step.
Balmaceda
step
did
in.
not seem to be established
He
defensively.
just moved back.
Gamboa. One fake, nothing there. Third empty trip for Ateneo. Here comes Liwag. No numbers. He still pushes. Gets rewarded with a free throw.
What a move by Liwag, hanging in the air.
Foul number 14.
The tables have turned. While earlier it was Ateneo who had good defense. They run the floor. They got some
Shooting 2.
foul counted and some trades. Now it's the other way around. It's La Salle running against the Blue Eagles.
And the Greenies have gotten their groove back after the 2 threes by Bienvenida, which started things rolling and then punctuated by the slam of Ferdinand.
Well, you know, at one point it was 17-13 in favor of La Salle. Ateneo made that run. It became 24-17, and now La Salle with a 13-0 run. So it's been a game of spurts. This first half as Balmaceda falls to the ground.
And that was Ferdinand involved in that mini scuffle.
Foul
But
number 15. Ferdinand.
players are
His second
getting
penalty.
emotionally and physically
Let's
entangled in this
see
game.
this. Let's see this. Ferdinand comes in, jumps, and Balmaceda losing his footing. But it wasn't like Ferdinand wanted to harm him, like stick on a leg or show his back.
There was no intentional push on the part of Ferdinand. That much is evident
Imagine
in the last replay.
Balmaceda just had a few words to say.
There will be a lot of words to be said between players in an Ateneo and La Salle game. That's for sure.
I know that, Derek.
Even between the fans, we will be hearing a lot of words later. Trust me on that. So look at Bacon Austria on the bench. So far, Austria with 1 free throw. No points, or at least no field goals yet for the of the juniors division, the U18. The press again, which gets Ateneo's offense going, does not yield good results. Giao, yes.
Boys. Yao knocking down a jumper. You can see the confidence in these guys. I thought they were going to crumble after that 11-0 spurt, but no.
Biggest lead now of LaSalle at 8, 32-26. Yeah, with a rebound after connecting on that jumper earlier. Liwag brings it down. Looking to make it a 10-point lead. Liwag, Reyes was not ready for the pass inside the paint.
Sayang. When they say to the kids when you're driving down, a bounce pass is nice. Sometimes they're going at that full speed. You give a chest pass. The big men are not ready for that.
Stand corrected. It's just a 6-point lead for the Greenies. Rivera along the baseline. Nothing there. Good defense by Ferdinand, just putting his hands up.
Ferdinand has really changed the game for LaSalle. His size, his intimidation, his presence in the paint.
The give and go to Reyes again does not materialize. Gamboa streaking. Oh, what a block by Ferdinand, denying Gamboa in that transition offense.
Out of nowhere. Man. Wow. They save a roster for me in the seniors. I think that play might have given him a free ride when this kid graduates to the senior LaSalle team. That's what I'm saying.
Man, this Ferdinand, this one-named Indonesian player, really impressive in his play here versus their arch rivals, Ateneo.
I can still hear the cheers from our back. Obviously, it's the LaSalle gallery behind us. You see that on your side? Calmly waiting. We'll get you guys later.
You had to put that in.
This is just the first game.
You had to put that in.
After our doubleheader today.
It's going to get louder later. The last heave-ho, not even close for Liwag, but good first half nonetheless for the Greenies.
Remarkable how they came back. I mean, the 13-0 run, just when they were down by 7. Well, that's character for you, Eric.
Biggest lead of Ateneo was at 7, 24-17, but the Greenies got it right back with a little outburst of their own, courtesy of the 2 threes by Bienvenida and the slam by Ferdinand. They had the lead 32-26 at the half. Back with more.
At its best, that was the DRFE Pep Squad and the Ateneo Blue Babel Battalion. More of the friendly rivalry between LaSalle and Ateneo when the Phil Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup returns live on Studio 23.
Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena, where the De La Salle Green Hills Greenies find themselves for a lead 32-26 for the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eaglets. Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Halftime po tayo. Eric Tepan with Luigi Tribio. And in case you missed the first two quarters, the first 20 minutes of action, we have some highlights especially prepared for you so you can catch some of the great plays. And we have a couple of the at least.
You know, LaSalle got off to a good start. Ateneo did not start with their first five. They eventually came into the game. They got an 11-0 spurt. So from a 17-13 disadvantage, Ateneo came back to lead 24-17 quarter. But what's more remarkable was the counter flow by LaSalle. They had their own spurt, 13-0. And then obviously Ateneo had 2 points. LaSalle had 2 points to end the first half, 32-26. This Ferdinand guy can jump, huh? He's amazing, this Indonesian player. For LaSalle.
Very impressive with the slam dunk earlier, and I don't know if he caught the block over the soaring eagle or eaglet in Mike Gamboa, but what are the keys to winning so far for, or at least to maintain this lead for Coach of the Greens?
Well, you know, LaSalle just has to keep on doing the same thing. Obviously, Ateneo likes to put that pressure up. They just have to take care of that basketball, have a press break, and then make smart decisions. They're feeding the ball into Reyes and Ferdinand, which is good. On the other hand, for Coach Mike Jarin, my feeling is they're known on their up-tempo type of game. They like to trap. They have to go with that. They have to go with that to give themselves some looks. The key, though, I think, for Ateneo is they have to find a way to break that zone of LaSalle. LaSalle off that 1-2 with Ferdinand in the middle has been causing some problems for them. And, you know, that's why LaSalle has also been running, and they had a 13-0 split.
So it's the defense of both teams that have given them good breaks in this game. Ateneo on their press every single time they get good results. And again, on the other side, the 1-2 defense of the Greenies have given them the chance to limit the offense of the Blue Eaglets. Welcome to the third quarter. Courtside, we have Mickey Dennis and Villa Cruz. 32-26 is the score. And Liwag gets entangled with Gamboa.
I like this Liwag. He's only third-year high school, has a lot of spunk, makes the right decisions. And for his size, he can hang in the air long.
Bienvenida missing after making 2 threes in the second quarter. Rivera, Austria. That is an offensive foul on Austria. Not a good start for him. Third personal foul on Bacon Austria.
You know, he looks tight. Not his normal game. I think he's used to starting. And obviously in the first half, he came off the bench.
Deep pass to Gamboa, too strong from Gonzaga. Ateneo throws it away, coming off the huddle at halftime.
Here comes this 1-2-1-1 full court. And I talked about Ateneo keeping tempo with that pressure defense. Make them pay, make LaSalle think.
Reyes to Ferdinand.
Wow.
Another slam, second dunk for the one-named Indonesian Ferdinand.
You know, pinpoint passing by LaSalle, and I told you, for them to keep this lead, they just have to keep on moving that basketball, break that trap, make Ateneo pay for trapping.
Austria.
Oh, another block.
Almost denied there, Gonzaga, and Ferdinand controlling the offensive or defensive board of LaSalle.
You know, you can see Ferdinand is taught well by Coach Amador. He gets up when he needs to, but that second time he challenged the block, he just had his hands up, did not get called for any foul.
I can feel the energy from you.
You know, he's
Right
only
now,
third year high school. Check out the slamma-jamma.
Ferdinand again, brought to you by Flying V.
In a junior game at that, and not only once, he's done it twice. One earlier in the first half. Obviously, like I'll mention it again. He's probably got a seat ready for him in the LaSalle roster. They're shining that seat for him in that uniform jersey. One more year.
Liwag fails to make it a 10-point lead for the Greenies. And let's send it over for the first report this half to Leah.
Thank you, Eric. Coach Jamai Curran made an interesting observation during halftime. He said that whenever the Eaglets play LaSalle, there is always something not right. They are never relaxed. He targeted the boys' focus in the first half, saying that nobody was moving on the court. They were not sharing the ball, and everybody was trying to force it. He appealed to them to play for pride, because again, as we all know, when the blue meets the green, it is always a question of this. Back to you, Eric.
Thanks, Leah. Now it's an 11-point lead by the Greenies, courtesy of the jumper by Ferdinand, adding another spectacle to his arsenal. But Gamboa returning the favor with a big three.
You know, that ended the drought of Ateneo. Huge tray by Gamboa.
Gonzaga intercepting the pass, but committing the foul on Reyes.
They needed that shot. Ateneo needed that shot. They were down by 11. They seem like they're disturbed. You know, one thing that's not in favor of Ateneo is they don't have a legitimate big man that can compete against this guy, Ferdinand.
Tandem of Ferdinand and Reyes failing to get the offensive board that time around. Katipunan hovering along the baseline. Rivera to Austria. Liwag will set things up, getting instructions from Coach Amador along the sidelines. Bienvenida. Yao. 9 to shoot. Bienvenida. Gamboa will go baseline. He loves that spot. He travels.
He wanted to jump stop, lost the ball. Coach Jamai Curran not happy with the call, saying that before he landed, there was contact. So it's either an offensive foul or a charge should have been called.
Under 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Bienvenida has cooled down for the Greenies. Missed 3 in a row already. Yao almost traveled there. The last dish to Reyes for the easy layup.
This Greenies team, start going on all cylinders, and it's amazing how their teamwork, the way they're playing team basketball. If these guys are coming back next year, they will be a threat in the junior division of the NCAA for sure.
And for more about the Greenies, let's listen to Mickey.
The foundation of this team is teamwork, Coach Amador explained. It is a team without superstars and a team without egos. The Greenies were reminded that the second half is going to be a lot tougher, as the Eaglets would have made the necessary adjustments, so they can't lose sight of their respective roles on this team. Playing wise is a must. They have to make smart decisions, especially on offense. Read their defense, they were told, wait for your shot or else go for the rebound. They were told not to force anything. Again, patience remains key. Eric?
Thanks, Mickey. Gamboa spotting up from 15. Ferdinand controlling the board.
You saw the way LaSalle hustled down. They had 3 green shirts on the shaded lane. They want to win.
Reyes.
Wow.
12-point lead now for the Greenies.
You know, earlier, Ferdinand and Reyes were hitting inside the paint. In the second half, they're making their outside shots as well.
Adding to the confusion of the defense of Ateneo. Now their offense looks confused. They throw it away, and a timeout is called by Jamai Curran. 41-39, a 12-point lead for the Greenies, who did not even make it to the Final Four in the recently concluded NCAA games. Back in a moment. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena for the Phil Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup. And boy, are we surprised as much as you are, because the LaSalle Greenies played in the NCAA, did not even make it to the Final Four. On the other hand, the Ateneo Blue Eaglets took it all the way and won the championship in the juniors division of the UAAP. But the Greenies have the 12-point lead over the Eaglets, 41-29. Just halfway through the third quarter.
There's a lot of basketball to be played, Eric. And, you know, LaSalle cannot be overconfident at this point.
Yulo missing the 3, but going inside on the second attempt to land his first field goal.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see. No Ferdinand in now for LaSalle. Can Ateneo make their run?
That's right, De La Paz was inserted in, but Reyes is still there to help De La Paz man the boards. 9 to shoot for Ateneo. Cross-court pass to Gamboa. Going baseline again. Finds Golia. Yes.
Frank Golia.
6 points for Golia.
You know, they're down. Ateneo's down, and they're not going to play cool. They're going to trap, and let's see how LaSalle will counter against his trap. Can they score, or will they commit the turnovers? Because with 4:43 left in the third, you know Ateneo's going to try to make the run now.
And the backcourt of the Greenies have to be especially careful because always tricky is the press that is put up by Ateneo.
Another thing also, no Liwag in the game, no Giao. And just like that, Yulo loses the ball.
This is what we've been talking about. The backcourt handling could spell trouble for the Greenies. Gonzaga. Their offense gets going with their defense, talking about the Eaglets.
Sia up to the challenge, the point guard now for LaSalle against his pressure defense.
High pick by Reyes. Crespo going baseline. Last touch by a white shirt. It will remain with the Greenies with 8 to shoot. That one was forced. Gamboa, the fastest kid on the floor. This is as good as 2.
Here comes this 1-2-1-1. It's been working. 6-0 run for Ateneo, Eric.
11 points for Gamboa. Almost
Off
a steal.
his
Well,
foot.
it is.
Off
A
his
completed
foot.
steal off the foot of Sia.
You know, it's hard also for LaSalle because you take out Giao, Liwag, and Ferdinand all at the same time. I'm sure Coach Amador is going to talk things over.
That's exactly what's going to happen. The lead, what was once 12, has now been trimmed 35, or make that 43-35 back in a moment. The Greenies are on the floor, but the UAAP champs still in the huddle as you look at the Ateneo side of things here at the Phil Sports Arena. They're egging on their team. Still down by 8, 43-35 with under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
3:55 is going to be an important 3:55 here in the third. Which team will make the run? And this is more or less the second unit of both teams.
But interesting to note here, Coach Luigi, is that Coach Amador of the Greenies did not put in Liwag and Ferdinand in the ballgame despite his lead. Trimmed tremendously.
He's got to keep them fresh for the fourth quarter. He's got to give his second team a chance to prove themselves. Now, if that goes down, let's say maybe to 6 or 4, he may have to bring those guys in. But I'm sure he's trying to save the best for last.
Golia was fouled. He is perfect so far from the free throw line. 2 out of 2. He has 6 points. Along with 3 rebounds. That's 7 points for Golia.
You know, that 1-2-1-1 trap has been working wonders for Ateneo. You know, they were down by 14. And then just like that, it's now 6. We were talking about Ferdinand. He's back in.
Just like that. Coach Amador felt the need to put back Golia in and give De La Paz a rest because his defense has not been as effective. 2-on-2, Gamboa with the foul on Yulo. Finally, some action going on the sidelines of the Ateneo bench because the crowd has been silenced for quite a while now.
There's a problem. Coach Amador took out Giao and Liwag together, brought in Sia and Yulo. And, you know, they're trying their best, but they're both cold. You know, smelling blood. They're like sharks right now. They're going for it. Make no mistake about it. They're going to keep on with this pressure and their trapping defense.
14 points now for Mike Gamboa, along with 1 rebound. Giao almost losing the ball. He gets trapped and stripped. Gamboa again. This time, the foul. If I'm not mistaken, it's still going to be on. It's on Sia.
They made sure
Then there will be no
Gamboa was not
three-point
going to
play.
get a free layup.
Just like that, the 12-point lead of the Greenies now down to 3. Coach Amador shaking his head in disbelief at how explosive this Eaglets team is.
He's more let down with the way they've been challenging the draft. They're dribbling in to the side once they reach half court and they pick up the ball. And you know, if there's a guy free ahead, you want to give it ahead. You don't want to challenge the defense because you got 2 white shirts coming to you, 2-3 white shirts. You know, you want to break the trap with a team setting also, helping each other out. Eto, here comes the trap again.
Liwag is back in the ballgame to control things in the backcourt for the Greenies.
So it's Diao.
Who puts up an air ball. Ferdinand hits the backboard. Here comes Gamboa. Almost losing it to Ferdinand, who came from behind. Finally a steal from the Greenies, showing better defense with the entry of Ferdinand.
Wow.
What a sidestep, but he can't get it to fall. Liwag, what a play.
What body control by Liwag behind the back. This kid's gonna be good next year. You know, he's only 3rd year. Ferdinand's next year. I think they have a really great shot of making the Final Four in the NCAA juniors. Here, look at the body control.
That's Ralph Liwag missing his first free throw. 8 points for Liwag along with 5 rebounds. 1-point lead for the Greenies over the Eaglets in the Thin Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup. Rivera will be replaced by Katipunan, who has yet to score in this game. Lorenzo Katipunan, or Enzo Katipunan, as he's called by his teammates. Austria, good position inside the paint. Drops it off to Golia. Couldn't use the backboard, and that's an air ball. Liwag. Good anticipation there by Gamboa, as Liwag is known to go right. But he commits the blocking foul. 2:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Gamboa is being called for that foul, but like you said, he was anticipating Liwag going right. You know, Gamboa's been the spark here, huh? For Ateneo, he's been hustling, he's been double teaming, he's been getting those layups, but Liwag missing again.
Very inconsistent for a guard at the free throw line. This Ralph Liwag, Jamai Karim, head coach of the Ateneo Blue Eaglets. 0 out of 2, but Ferdinand is there to clean up the mess.
That's a cardinal sin. You don't want the offensive team getting a rebound.
Balmaceda for 3.
Huge string. Huge string.
That's the second field goal of Balmaceda. He has 8 points. Liwag. Reyes. Back out to Liwag, who is clobbered inside
Ouch.
the paint.
Ow, that hurt. That hurts. He fell down hard.
Still a 1-point lead for the Greenies, 46-45. Another look at the 3 put up by Balmaceda, Carlo Balmaceda. Better known shooters of the squad. Get the hard ball there of Ralph Liwag, who is right now talking with head coach Amador of the Greenies as he prepares for his 2 free throws.
Coach Amador has had players like Johnny Barrientos and a lot of Anastasio Mendoza before for FU. So he knows what he's talking about. Probably trying to calm his junior point guard. I think it was more about the free throws and about that pressure defense. What needs to be done.
And talking about the free throws, the first miss by Liwag again. Missing the second also. Very uncharacteristic of a point guard. He missing his free throws. Gamboa, the bounce pass. Katipunan short. That was slightly bothered by a greenie. Here comes Sia. Leading his way. Down to the elbow. Doesn't get the drop, but sky high is Reyes. The turnaround.
Liwag.
No, that's Liwag.
You know, Liwag beat Ferdinand to the rebound, the smallest guy on the court.
Looking like a forward on that move was Liwag.
Got 11 points.
Another steal by the Greenies. Sia doing a good job defensively. Couldn't get it to fall. Going coast to coast was Sia. Here comes Balmaceda and the white shirts.
Oh, guard base we're seeing up and down, up and down.
And the foul on Sia as he tried to get the ball from Gamboa.
What action, huh? Back and forth. Those 4 possessions where it went back and forth. Finally a foul.
Let's check out Yare Yakuko of the Ateneo de Manila University, the bio face of the game. Right here at the Phil Sports Arena, where the Ateneo fans will definitely gather along with the De La Salle fans for the seniors game later, something they have terribly missed in the recently concluded UAAP games.
As I say, nanggigigil. They both want to get it on. And as intense as this junior game is, you can say that both sides saving their
Outbursts.
their vocal cords for later.
Look at Gamboa, 18 points. And 12 of those coming here in the third quarter. What an outburst by this young guard of the Eaglets squad. And a steal by Katipunan. Traveling on Austria as he wasn't prepared to make the spin and the curl towards the basket. The Greenies get a break here. That momentary possession of the Eaglets could have given them the lead earlier.
Wow, another
Completed
steal.
steal, 3-on-2 for Ateneo. Enrique. Gonzaga, nothing. Johnson to Katipunan, the layup is in. And the lead is back with Ateneo, 49-48. Liwag almost traveled there. Good thing officials called the foul on Katipunan along the sideline.
The whole bench of Ateneo running away from the call. They felt there should have been no foul called. You know, Liwag will troop to the line again, and you know, it's tough. It's tough there when you're missing. It's more mental already. This game has truly been a game of spurts, back and forth.
But majority of the time, it's been the Greenies with the lead. And the biggest lead of La Salle was at 14. Ateneo led by as much as 7 only. That was way back in the first quarter. Shot clock is off. Ateneo will take the last heave here in the third quarter. So Mike Harina and the coaching staff want the floor all spread out. Dumbrique at the top. Almost stolen by Sia, who crashes right in front of us.
And you see the hustle. I mean, that's an Ateneo La Salle game for you.
4.9
Diving.
seconds remaining.
I thought he was going to fall into you, Eric, and change you.
I wouldn't mind trading places with him. Play a little ball on a Sunday afternoon. But not this intense, though. 1 point lead for the Greenies. 4.9 to shoot in the third quarter. Ball off the foot of Giao on the inbound pass by Chongson. I'll do it again. 4.3 seconds remaining. Just a few seconds or milliseconds slashed off. And the shot clock. Katipunan on the catch and shoot. The block by Liwag. They will try to. No, they will try to heave. What a third quarter. And it's been as close as it can be. 50-49, a 1 point lead.
Back and forth you go, partner. I talked about possessions. Possessions becoming important. And there, Ferdinand proving he can go in and out. Gamboa hitting the tray.
Gamboa with a big outburst of 12 points in the fourth quarter, but still not enough. Ateneo down by 1 going into the fourth. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena for the fourth quarter of this juniors match as we look at the quarter scoring.
There you see Ateneo in the third, 23-18. So getting back and closing in. That was a 6-point lead right before the second half.
This game, the only juniors game of the Phil Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup. Good passing, ball movement by Ateneo, but that doesn't pay off. Johnson with the air ball, and already 8 rebounds now for Reyes. Reyes with a liver. Good beat by the big man, losing Gonzaga, facing up to the basket as we send it over to Mickey Dennis.
Where Coach Amador is actually having a hard time giving instructions to his boys during the timeout because he has a sore throat. But this group of young guys are so focused that a lot of the motivation is actually coming from the Greenies themselves. The fourth quarter is always a tricky quarter, so the Greenies can't lose themselves and their small lead. We can run, Coach Amador said, but we cannot rush uncontrollably. Control is their word. Crunch time is where they should play their best. They have to attack. The last thing they want to do is allow their emotions to take control of a quarter they could dominate if they just stick to the game plan and move in one direction. Eric?
Thanks, Mickey. Going back to the beginning of her report, isn't that a good thing for a coach when the players are so motivated? You don't need to coach much because they know what they're going to do. They know what they have to do.
You can feel that as a coach sometimes. And all you have to do is more the technical aspect, throwing out plays, changing defenses. But when you know you can see it in their eyes, when your boys are motivated, it's so much easier to coach.
That is the case so far for the Greenies. We'll try to see if that is what's going on in the huddle of the Ateneo Blue Eaglets. Rivera going baseline, got tripped up. Another foul on the Greenies.
That's Ferdinand. That's 3. And that'll be big. He's got to watch it. Both teams also going to the zone. So which team will be able to beat the zone?
Balmaceda curling but missing despite the lack of defense in front of him. Too strong off the glass. Liwag. Pass almost telegraphed there. Reyes inside the paint. Found a way to get it up, but not even close to the ring. Here's Balmaceda. The Boa in the corner.
Better watch it. If he had been called for the foul, that would have been the 4th. And you know, with 8:37, that's still a lot of time here. You also look at it right now is which team can execute. When it's the fourth quarter, normally your best players are inside already. With a 2-point lead by LaSalle, it's really who can execute and get their plays done.
Ateneo seems to have trouble with that so far. Another steal here by the Greenies, and the foul as the ball went inside the paint to the running Ferdinand.
The nice thing that Ferdinand did in that transition offense was he ran down straight down the middle, right underneath the basket. So when he catches, he's right there for the shot. The Ateneo Blue White shirts had no choice but to foul him.
2 quick team fouls for Ateneo. 3 team fouls now for the Greenies. Giao left alone. And he makes the pay.
Huge three, huge trifecta by Giao. And right now, that's a whopping 6-point lead. I'm saying whopping because this has been tight the past few minutes.
De La Salle has led by as much as 14. Ateneo's biggest lead was at 7. As Gonzaga knocks one in. That is Gonzaga's 3rd field goal of the game. Another trouble bringing down the leather for La Salle. They have a 3-on-2 advantage. Reyes couldn't see his other teammates. Rivera too aggressive on the steal, commits the foul. And there's 3 team fouls now for Ateneo as we send it over to Leah.
I'm feeling an explosion of energy from the Ateneo bench that I haven't felt all game long. The players are being more confident and are showing more heart on the court. And even Coach Jamai Curtin is being the usual spitfire that Ateneo fans know he is. They're more focused now than they've ever been and have continued to pump each other up. Back to you, Eric.
Thanks, Leah. Let's see if that translates to more energy on the floor and better offense as they have really struggled and now have committed their 4th team foul.
Well, this is winning time. I'm sure Coach Jamai furious. I could hear him from here. Huwag ka sumundot. Don't reach. He wants good defense right now.
But that's what they have been doing so far, trying to reach on Reyes, who was fouled twice on a single possession. Bienvenida, after 2 threes made in the second quarter, has been cold from downtown. Balmaceda going inside strong and getting the 2. 10 points now for Balmaceda. Bienvenida gets the catch off the save by Giao. 1 point lead for the Greenies. Liwag open. Too strong off the glass. Last touched by Ateneo.
You know what's funny about Liwag is when he dribbles in front of you. And he dribbles with one hand, not with both. It's his right. And he gets you to bait into reaching in, and then he moves the dribble, and next thing you know, he's right by you.
And he's not the quickest of guards that we've seen, but he's very effective.
Heady
That's
guard.
right.
But now he will take his break.
Sia is back in the ballgame. Giao, that's a 24-second shot clock violation. First
24-second shot
offense
violation.
of that sort in this game. The first offense of that sort in this game. .14 remaining in this game. Balmaceda throwing inside to Golia, double teamed and fouled by the Greenies. You see the strategy here of Coach Amador to reserve his best players down the stretch. Look for Liwag Ferdinand to come back in past the 5-minute mark of this quarter.
Well, you know, it's a precarious 1-point lead by LaSalle, 54 to 53. It's 7 minutes left. I'm sure he's going to rest them for probably 1 or 2 minutes, but he's got to bring Ferdinand in and Liwag because they have been doing most of the damage. And you don't want Ateneo to get that run.
Golia has been perfect from the free throw line, 4 out of 4. He has 8 points. He had 9 points, and we're tied at 54. This is, if I'm not mistaken, just our second deadlock of the game. Well, that will be official if Golia misses, but he doesn't, so no deadlock. And Ateneo grabs back the lead, 55-54 over LaSalle. Sia treading the half-court line dangerously, finally moves away. Sia on the spin, last second pass, and LaSalle throws it away.
Here, Ateneo has a chance to bring it to 3 or 4. As you can see, Coach Amador cool, not showing any emotion right now, making his players play. Sometimes it's better like that. Now, when you stand up and you start shouting, that their players start to tighten up.
You get rattled.
Oh.
Gonzaga going inside with a left.
Wow.
Yes, now it's a 3-point lead for Ateneo.
But you see that time, no Ferdinand inside to challenge, and you can see how confident Ateneo players are. Here comes that 1-2-1-1, and then expect. The thing that 1-2-1-1 has been working for Ateneo is, okay, they have that 1-2-1-1 full court, but once you reach the half court and you enter, they trap again.
Which has been effective majority of the time in this match, but LaSalle has found a way to crack it, especially with Liwag on the floor. That is the 5th team foul of Ateneo already. Both teams have 5 team fouls. Sia at the line to trim that LaSalle deficit, which stands at 3. That's the problem with the Greenie squad. They are very inconsistent from the free throw line.
You know, had they made half of those, they would have been up probably now by maybe 2-4 points. They miss a lot, Derek.
We're trying to get the official count on how many misses so far for LaSalle at the free throw line. Two-point advantage for Ateneo, 57-55. Coming down to the 6th minute. A steal for the Greenies. Sia spinning. Yes, the friendly roll.
How did that shot get in there? He spun, he threw it in. Medyo pumektos pa eh.
Second deadlock of the ball game at 57 all. We were deadlocked for the first time at 6 all.
You know, this has been big for LaSalle because you've got Ferdinand and Liwag out of the game. And they're resting, and they're going to be fresh the last 5 minutes.
Finding Gonzaga, but Golia
Oh,
couldn't complete the play.
sayang. Sayang for Golia. He just had it there.
Martin Reyes.
As we check out our fast break brought to you by Flying V. Now, you were wondering how he got it up? That's how. Just moved Gonzaga away.
Bulldoze his way in. Lasal supporter cheering.
Incidentally, that was Sia's first field goal of the game. 3 points for Sia of the Greenies. Now Golia for 2 free throws after missing that underneath stab to give Ateneo the lead back. So far, Golia 6 out of 6 from the free throw line. 10 points for the big man, Frank Golia Jr. His first miss, and what a time for it to come.
Not only Lasal missing. But the game of missing is gonna how important are free throws in the end game. That's gonna hurt. 57 all.
Golia. Wow, after 6 straight makes from the free throw line, misses both consecutively. He is 6 out of 8 from the free throw line. Overall, LaSalle is 10 out of 20 from the free throw line, Luigi. 10 misses that could have given them a 10-point lead here. Ateneo, on the other hand, is 17 out of 22. De La Paz, what a spin, what a play on the one-hander.
And the bench guys helping out. No Reyes inside De La Paz. Working. But you know, Golia hitting De La Paz. The referee didn't see that.
2-point lead for the Greenies. Good ball movement again for Ateneo. Doesn't pay off. De La Paz with a rebound. 5 rebounds for De La Paz in the game already. Under 5 minutes remaining, the lob to Ferdinand at the elbow. Yes! This big man has the touch from the outside.
He can jump. He can shoot that perimeter J. He can block.
Not a textbook jump shot, but effective nonetheless. Gamboa. Favorite spot is from the corner. And you know why. 20 big points for Mike Gamboa along with 2 rebounds. What a game for this young man. 4:22 remaining in the game. Just a 2-point lead for LaSalle over Ateneo. Bienvenida. Golia on that miss by Bienvenida. Here comes Balmaceda, the bounce pass, and Gonzaga is all wrapped up.
The whole bench of Ateneo standing in sort of a fighting stance, getting on Sia. But Sia wanted to make sure that Gonzaga wouldn't have an end one. And he will be called for that unsportsmanlike foul.
Gonzaga, 0 out of 2 from the free throw line. He has 8 points. Let's see,
Let's see the slow-mo, huh? The pass happens. Gonzaga supposed to get it in, and
Gonzaga is 0 out of 3 now, failing to connect
Wow.
on the first attempt.
both sides missing free throws. But you know, that hard foul could have had an effect on Gonzaga. Let's see.
1 out of 4 from the free throw line is Gonzaga, cutting the 2-point deficit to 1 for Ateneo, 61-60. They have possession of the unsportsmanlike foul committed by Sia, who has to sit down and cool off. Liwag is back in the ballgame for the Greenies. Gamboa bothered by Kiao. Kick out. Katipunan to Balmaceda. Finding Golia. Blocked. But there is a foul on the play.
Both the bigs going at it. But this will be huge against LaSalle. That's Ferdinand's 4th team foul. And that's still a lot of time, 3:52. Now, can Golia make his free throws?
Golia is 6 out of 8, but the last 2 misses were in his most recent trip to the free throw line. Let's see if he bounces back from the 2 consecutive misses. That's the first. 7 out of 9 is Golia. Under 4 minutes remaining, we're tied at 61.
Let's see what Ateneo's gonna do. My guess is that trap, but 1 to 2 half-court trap, where when you enter, they trap.
For the lead. No, we're tied at 61, our third deadlock of the ballgame. 11 points for Golia off 7 out of 10 free throw shooting. Bienvenida to Biao. They want it back to Liwag. Stop and pop. Nothing there. Gamboa pushing. Gets ahead of a couple of black shirts, but loses it. Golia is there. Jump ball situation, possession arrow will point to Lasal. That's Lasal. So Lasal possession here. Reyes on the pass by Liwag. The layup is in for Reyes for the lead. Again with the greenies.
Coach Amador taking out Ferdinand, Reyes, and Liwag in between, getting them some rest, and now they're ready for that extra kick during their hand strength. Home strength, I guess.
Single possession lead here by the greenies. 6 to shoot. Gamboa puts it up. Gonzaga at the right place, but oh, Bienvenida with a timely steal. Wow.
Important possession from Natal. Can they get a basket against this Ateneo zone?
What a lob to Reyes, which was short from Liwag, and the steal with Balmaceda. Gonzaga gets them the 2, and we're tied at 63. Fourth deadlock of the game, folks. The last 3 deadlocks have come in the fourth quarter. The first one was back in the first. Liwag weaving his way through the press by Ateneo. Of Ateneo.
He's got to calm down and get better decisions. He had a missed shot and then he had a turnover earlier. I'm talking about Liwag. Now he had a good entry pass against Ferdinand. Here we'll see.
The Gonzaga layup that tied us at 63 all. 2:10 remaining. And that's Jamaic Harin signaling the play for Ateneo, which will make a couple of substitutions. Bakun Austria would replace Gonzaga as Ferdinand, who has shown us good shooting from the field. And also good shooting from the free throw line.
You know, rarely do you see a big man like that with a soft touch who can hit it inside out. And not only that, he's athletic, he's got some hops. And he's only third year.
Ferdinand now with 11 points. Add to that 13 rebounds. Make that 12 points and 13 rebounds. A double-double for this young man.
From Indonesia.
That's right. That's why he's just
You don't have basketball really in Indonesia, so obviously he wants to come here in the Philippines and learn, and why not?
And he's just a one-named player. In case you didn't catch the report of Mickey earlier, he's just named Ferdinand. On his passport, on all his documents, it's just Ferdinand. No last name. Last 2 minutes being brought to you by Phil Oil. Katipunan of the Greenies miss their chance to tie. The steal, another timely one for the Greenies.
Coach Amador getting mad at Bienvenida. Let's move the ball around first. Huwag tayo magmamadali. You want a good possession. Here another shot. Making it. And I thought it was an end one because he seemed like he got fouled.
And boy, is he bumped up along with all of the LaSalle fans here at the Phil Sports Arena. And to think this is just a juniors match. Seniors coming up later. Austria on the kick out by Rivera. Yes!
Huge three. And now they close in. It's only a 2-point lead.
Liwag handling things. Oh! Could have been a turnover for LaSalle. 16 seconds on the shot clock for the Greenies.
Coach Amador telling Liwag, pass the ball, pass the ball. 1 minute left, both teams in penalty.
Bienvenida Bounce pass to Reyes. Yao hit a 3 earlier. Bienvenida. Liwag from the corner. No. Reyes couldn't control the offensive boards, and here comes Rivera in the white shirts. Great play, but couldn't get the deadlock.
Crossover, it went in and out.
To the dismay of all the Ateneo fans here. Liwag in the high screen by Ferdinand. No need for the screen as Bienvenida gives it up. Reyes, the offensive board.
Rebound.
That's big.
Big rebound by Reyes.
And also the foul called on Austria.
And that will send Reyes to the free throw line. Now, can he make his free throws?
And that's 5 personal fouls on Bacon Austria. He is out of the game. Austria really struggled today. Just hit 1 field goal, that 3 a few minutes back. 68-66, 2-point lead for La Salle. We'll take a break and be back with more. Stick around. Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena, where we're getting full, anticipating the seniors match. Ateneo versus La Salle, juniors and seniors division in the Phil Oil Flying V Homegrown Invitational Cup. Right now, with 27.1 seconds remaining, 2-point lead for the De La Salle Green Hills Greenies. But Reyes is at the line to make it a 2-possession game with 2 free throws. Reyes with 17 points and
This is
11 rebounds.
Probably Reyes' 2 most important free throws in his life. I mean, even in this situation, that's pressure right there.
And the Greenies have been woeful. They have missed at least 10 free throws, or at least 11 already free throws.
Oh,
12, but
big rebound by Ferdinand.
Reyes, another big rebound. And another foul committed by Ateneo. With 22.6 seconds remaining, Reyes will be back at the line to redeem himself.
Ferdinand is just a monster on the boards. These 2 guys, Reyes and Ferdinand, as Coach Amador, Eric, looks 2 for time.
We'll hang on the air and check out the huddle of the Greenies, the instructions of Coach Amador as we await the 2 free throws by Reyes, who missed 2 consecutive earlier, but the La Salle fans have to thank Ferdinand for the offensive board and the other offensive rebound by Reyes that brought him to the free throw line.
Pare, magpakita kayo, pare! Guys! Tulungan nyo! Gumalaw kayo dyan! Let's go! Pare, tulungan nyo ako! Hawak bola, hawak bola! Tulungan nyo ako, pare! Martin will give me screen! Martin will give me screen! Push ako bumaba! Screen! Sadi na to! Sadi na to! Tulungan nyo ako!
I couldn't understand really anything because everybody was talking in that huddle. But you can see the eagerness of the team to win. And the only thing I could hear from Coach Amador was pick and roll coming off this inbound. Well, 22.6 seconds left. So obviously, Coach Mike is going to foul. He's going to try to go for the steal, but if not, they're going to foul the guys because they can just melt the clock away.
So no free throws for Reyes. The ball was sent out of bounds, last touch by Ateneo. And it was last touch again by Rivera. 21.7 seconds remaining.
So it's a loose ball. That's why there's no free throw. Here it comes. They're going to have to foul.
Liwag is not a good free throw shooter. They should have fouled him. Oh, what a costly turnover for La Salle. 11.3 seconds remaining. Ateneo can send this into overtime.
Mike smiling. He's got a chance to steal this one. 11.3 seconds left. La Salle with penalty. What will Coach Mike do for his Blue Eaglets? No Austria inside as well.
for the overtime. We're going for the win, pare. Naintindihan? Guys, they might go into a man-to-man, okay? Most probably they go into a man-to-man. JV, just fucking kneel down the ball, JV. JV. Magic! Magic, David! See! Eski! Magic! Bob! Go get the ball! Ball sprint to C! Sprint tayo! Ball sprint, C, JV!
So Mike saying it's your time, it's your time. And he's gonna have somebody create from on top. He called them by their first names. I'm not sure which is which. But definitely you're gonna have Gola on top and it's gonna be like a handoff. And he said that we're not going
For the tie.
for the tie, we're going for the win. So expect the guy inbounding, I think, who's gonna hit the three.
They're looking for a 3 here.
With Gola setting the pick on top.
For all the marbles, folks. 11.3 seconds remaining. Ateneo with the ball, down by 2. Jamaica Harin is forced to call another timeout. Will still stick on the air. And listen to the huddle of Coach Harin.
Eski! David! See! Walk your man! Patinay ka! Naintindihan? Patinay ka! Patinay ka, pare! Magic! Go! Take a screen here! Take a screen here! Naintindihan? Take a screen here, Magic! Go to the ball! Sprint that! Eski, sprint! Kunin mo yung bola! Naintindihan? Kunin mo yung bola dito! Set the back pick! Kunin mo yan! Set the back pick for JV! For JV! Go, JV! Wala! Let's go!
So he changed his play. He's going for the back pick. He's gonna get one of his players walk up to the side of the free throw line extended, allow himself to get denied, and you're gonna see number 18 man of Ateneo. That's Shong Son gonna get the ball. There's the back pick for the three.
Oh! They wanted the 3 and they got the 3. What a shot for Dumrique. That's his second 3 of the game. He has 8 points. But still not out of the woods yet is Ateneo. Liwag with a chance to win it all for LaSalle. And there is a foul. He will go to the free throw line. And bear in mind, Liwag is not a good free throw shooter.
Well, he's got a chance to redeem himself today. 2 free throws on the line. Here comes that back pick.
They designed the play they wanted, and they got the result they needed.
Great play. You heard him. Going for the win.
Now Liwag, not a good free throw shooter, gets the first, and he is happy.
That's hard for you. That's character right there. He's missed a lot of free throws.
We're tied at 69. One more for the win. Otherwise, we go an extra 5. Liwag.
He's missed 7 free throws today, partner, but he makes both.
When
he
they
makes
needed
both.
him to make it, he makes it.
Wow. Wow.
8/10 of a second remaining.
And it's LaSalle.
And LaSalle
the Greenies.
wins it in the junior division. In the Phil Oil, flying the Homegrown Invitational, despite the heroics of Dumrique on that 3-ball. Liwag, who was inconsistent all throughout the game in his free throws, gets both when it mattered the most.
Cool as ice. I mean, he's missed 7 this whole game, and he got me 6 goals without any time left, 0.8 seconds left. But what a win. And both sides played well. You have to give it to Ateneo. Coach Jamaica had a picture-perfect play. He said we'll go for the win. They did. They led by 1. But Liwag saying no.
Final score 70-69, and the De La Salle Green Hills Greenies win it over the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eaglets, our best player of the game.
Well, it was a toss-up between Liwag and Ferdinand. I just felt Ferdinand played both sides of the court, but it could be also Liwag with those free throws. He deserves the best player as well. Both these guys stepped it up for LaSalle, but partner, can you imagine how good is this team going to be in the juniors in the NCAA if they can stay together?
Most definitely. On behalf of our game producer, Malu Nelly, Director Abed Ramos, Mickey Velas, Leah Cruz, my partner Luigi Trillo. Hang on for Boom and TJ. I'm Eric Napan. It's the seniors division. Green Archers versus the Blue Eagles next on Studio 23.